welcome once again in the class of Basic Civil Engineering. So, we are learning the planning of residential building, in which still we have seen the selection of site and few planning principles. Still, few more planning principles are there remaining, which we are going to see today. I am Mr. S.S. Sogule, Assistant Professor, Civil Engineering Department. Now, the next planning principle is flexibility. So, particularly flexibility means uh, the one thing which can be used for so many purposes, or uh, it is quite flexible. So, the room which is planned for one function can be used for other if so required. So, it is ease with which a room designated for a particular activity can accommodate more load temporarily or may supplement activity of another room. So the examples are like drawing room used as a guest bedroom. So in our country, uh, we have particularly may not have the special room as a guest room. So sometimes when guest arrives, we use drawing room as a guest bedroom, or we used to make arrangement for the guest for sleeping in a drawing room. Then kitchen as an additional dining room. So most of the times, if in a dining room, uh, if so many people are there, uh, on dining room cannot accommodate those people, we can make arrangement in the kitchen also. Even sometimes we use a drawing room as a dining room also. In most of the Indian houses, we use all these things. So this is particularly the flexibility. So to achieve this flexibility, what we have to do, we have to keep the room sizes sufficiently large to accommodate all these kind of functions. So we need to take care of all these things while planning. Even in case of veranda also, we sometimes use as a store for a uh, particular items, like if suppose we have the gardening hobbies or we have the garden, so we used to store the uh, gardening equipment in the veranda itself. Or sometimes uh, we use the veranda as a parking for the cycles also, bicycles particularly. So these are the things uh, which in which the flexibility is there. while and while planning, we used to keep this thing into mind. So we have to the keep the sizes of the room particularly for all these kind of rooms. Now the elegance. The elegance is the grand appearance of a building, mainly owing to the elevation, which in turn depend on the plan. So basically, what is elegance? Elegance is the appearance, that is uh, grand appearance, or the when it reflects from the elevation of the building, that is front view of the building. So it has to give the good appearance, uh, or it tells something about the owner of the house. So while planning, we need to keep this thing in mind. So front elevation attractive in case of the building, and this elevation mainly depends on the plan itself, because which room we are planning at the front side of the house, that is also depending. So sometimes due to some uh, practical considerations, or due to some requirements, or uh, due to some unavoidable reason, or due to forcefulness, we have to provide some undesirable things into the front side of the building. So by clever designing of the particular uh, elevation, we can hide those things by using so many things. Even sometimes the staircase used to appear at the front side. So by giving attractive look to that particular, that is glass glazings, or some attractive shapes can be used to hide those, or to make the things attractive. Even sometimes we used to provide, or we have to provide, due to some unavoidable reason, the plumbing pipes or something on the front side. So those can be hide behind some pergolas can be provided to hide those things. Pergolas or vertical barriers can be provided for or those things can be hide behind this. So if possible, so these things, even we can hide those things, so those things can be avoided at the front side of the building. So that entirely depend on the plan. So while planning we need to take care that these things should not be at the front side of the building. Now the sanitation. So it is provision and upkeep of the various components of house to keep inmates cheerful and free from disease. So the factor influence sanitation are: first is lighting, second is ventilation, and third is the cleanliness. So we'll see one by one. So the first is lighting. So the source of lighting into house is either natural light or artificial light. So intensity of natural light it is affected by pollutants like smoke, dirt, dust, gases, or clouds, etc. So basically, to provide natural light into or to enter natural light into the house, we have to keep the openings like windows uh, of sufficiently large size. So what is the minimum window area? So it is 1/7 of the floor area in hot humid climate, and in dry climate it is 1/10 of the floor area. So these things should be provided or taken care of. Sometimes uh, we used to provide a inner courtyard to enter the light from that courtyard, so that the room feel airy and more light, having more light. And in foreign countries they use the daylight or the in the roof, the skylights has been used, that in the windows in the roof itself. So these things are there to provide the natural lighting or to take advantage of natural sunlight. And in case of artificial light, we used to provide a sufficient amount of lights of sufficient lux or lumens in the particular room as per the requirements. So every room has its own requirement uh, for the particular area or the nature of the work. Especially in case of kitchen, library, etc., we need a particularly more light than other rooms, because in working in kitchen we need to take extra care, and in library we need to or study we need to read something, and light should be glare free, that care should be taken. Now the ventilation. The ventilation may be defined as supply of fresh outside air into an enclosed space, or the removal of inside air from the enclosed space. So what is the necessity of this thing? So it creates the air movement, then it prevents the undue accumulation of carbon dioxide. So as we breathe, we inhale the oxygen and exhales the carbon dioxide. So if air movement is not there, so that accumulation of carbon dioxide is more in the particular room. So again it will feel uncomfortable to us. So to prevent this undue accumulation, we need the ventilation. Then prevention of flammable concentration of gas vapors, like rooms like kitchens, etc., we need to do these things. Then prevention of accumulation of dust and bacteria carrying particles. Then prevention of odor caused by decomposition of building material. Then removal of smoke, odor, or foul smell generated or liberated by the occupants. Removal of body heat generated and liberated by the occupants. So for all these things, the air changes or ventilation is necessary. Then the prevention of condensation or deposition of moisture on the wall surface. Then prevention of suffocation condition in conference room, committee hall, cinema hall, big rooms, etc. So all these rooms we are having more occupants than ordinary situation. So to prevent the suffocation because of the excess carbon dioxide emission by the occupants, as well as the body heat of them by in the it will raise the temperature of the particular room, and due to increase in humidity, so we need to supply more heat exchange in the particular in these particular rooms. So, what are the system of ventilation? So, the system of ventilations may be divided into two categories. First is the natural ventilation. In that, there are again two types. That is, first is the wind effect, and second is the stack effect. So, what is the wind effect? So, it is the basically effect we are achieving by providing the door and windows, that wind flows in and taken away the fall gases or accumulated gases in the particular, or it helps in the air changes in the particular room. So we need to provide a sufficient amount of doors and windows in the room itself. So this is called as a wind effect. Basically, before that, what is wind? Wind is the movement of the air. So this movement is there, and that can be uh, we can provide a path by using these windows. Then stack effect. So what is stack effect? Suppose we have the room over here. We have the room like this. We have one window over here, one over here, and another window over here. As we are watching in case of factory, these are called as a ventilators rather. So what happens with the air? When air gets heated, it gets lighter and it travels in the upward direction. So this is the property of air. When air gets heated due to our body heat or some machine heat, etc., so it get lighter and it moves upward. So what will happen in case of this thing? That heated air will be removed by this particular ventilators provided in the top of the room, and to feel the vacuum or this extracted air, the fresh air enters from the outside. So this is called as a stack effect. This is called as a stack effect. This is hot air, and this is fresh new cold or relatively cold air as compared to this. So might have sometimes we have seen the factories have the um, this extraction type of system which is provided at the top, and sometimes uh, the we have the fans in the particular at the top of the building which used to remove this thing. We are going to see in the mechanical ventilation program. But this is the stack effect, which does not require any kind of mechanical or artificial assistance. So this is called as a stack effect. Now the mechanical ventilation or artificial ventilation. So in that, first is the supply or plenum system. In this system, we used to supply the fresh air into the room so that the fall gases or the used air or the what we can stagnant or accumulated air can be removed by the supply of this particular fresh air. And second is the extraction system. So in this system, again, we used to provide a exhaust fan and remove the entire um, saturated or this fall gases, or the use excess carbon dioxide or used air rather accumulated air by the exhaust fan. So by using, so again there will be a creation of vacuum, and then this vacuum tends to suck or um, get filled by the fresh air outside. So this is the extraction system. And in combined system, the combination of supply system and extraction system is there. So in this system, the supply system provides the fresh air, and extraction system removes the bad air or the accumulated air, etc. So these are the mechanical system, and there is a last system which is called as a air conditioning. So air conditioning, in this system particularly, we are supplying the air or treating the air to make it conditionable or make it good for the particular control of, by controlling the few things. The few things are the temperature, the air quality, and the moisture. So according to the requirement, these things can be changed. That is, in air conditioning, the temperature can be uh, or the air can be heated or cooled as per the requirement. uh, in cold countries, we need the heated air, and in warmer or the hot regions, we need the cool air. So according to the, we can change this temperature. Same way, the humidity also can be changed. If humidity is more, then that can be reduced, and if humidity is less, that can be increased in the air conditioning as per the requirement. And the quality of air should be maintained with the help of filters. So this is particularly the air conditioning, in which the conditioned air as per the requirement has been provided. Now the cleanliness. So basically, in cleanliness, two things are there. First is the removal of the dust. What this dust does, it harbors the bacteria, creates the health problem, makes the surface dull. So, to remove or to reduce the accumulation of the dust, the floor shall be smooth, impervious, non-absorbing, and uniformly sloping. And second thing is the dampness. What this dampness does, it is the root cause of the infection. The walls and floors, so to reduce this dampness, the walls and floors shall be damp proof. The kitchen, bath, and WC shall be drained off quickly, because if the water stays in the building, it finds some way through the walls or something, and due to capillary action, again the walls and the floors should getting damped. So those things should be avoided. Now the economy. So economy basically is not called as a planning principle, but it has the much impact on the planning, or rather the planning is based on the mainly on the economy or available funds. So no general rules can be made to achieve the economy, since the ways and means to attain it are different in different situations. So economy can be achieved by keeping the minimum dimensions of the room, or sometimes it depends on the material, or some techniques are there to achieve the economy. And the last thing is there is the practical consideration. So while designing or planning any building, we need to think the practical considerations in mind. So basically, as I told you earlier, here we have the example like this. This is the one example of practical consideration. Even though we have the bad circulation in second type of building, here we have to provide the external staircase, because suppose due to some economic point of view, we have to rent the above floor for particular reason. So this staircase can be the independent access for the other occupants. So these are some practical consideration we need to keep in mind. And even sometimes while uh, planning or something, we have to keep uh, one thing in mind, that uh, we have to keep the extension or keep the provision for the extension to existing building, so that building can be easily expanded as per the requirement. So few things I want to add in case of economy even. So basically, if the land cost is high, the multi-story building can be constructed to save the cost of foundation and roof. And one more thing, uh, the building as we design for a good strength, utility, and safety will certainly prove costly in the beginning, but maybe prove cheaper in case of long run. So that it saves the cost of maintenance in future. So it should be remembered that building or house is improve property and build one's life saving, so last for and to last for the many years. Now the last thing, which is the orientation of the building. This is not the planning principle, but this plays the important role in planning. So proper orientation means setting or fixing the direction of the plan of the building, which allows the inmates of the house or building to enjoy the utmost whatever is good and to avoid whatever is bad in respect of comfort in the element of nature. So this is different from the aspect. Keep this thing in mind. This is different from the aspect. In aspect, we are planning the disposition of door and windows in external walls. In this case, we are fixing the direction of plan. So orientation implies not only the direction of the front of the house of the building, but also back and two side facing. So good orientation means proper placement of the rooms in relation to sun, wind and rain topography and general outlook, and at the same time providing convenient access to both the street and backyard. Because of the surrounding of the site, nearness of the street, and other factors like privacy protection against the nuisance of noise and dust, the building has to properly oriented in a particular direction. So this is the plan of the building. So what is the plan of the building? It is the sectional top view of the building just above the sea level. So because of which you can see the window and the glass or the window material even here. So here particularly the plan. So what are the things which have been shown in the plan? So here we have the rooms, the wall thickness, then the position of door and windows, then the name of the room, even the size of the this particular room has been written over here. So these are the things which we are going to show in the building. So here plan of the residential building or the plan of the any building. So only thing here, the furniture is there that we are not showing in this plan. So as you can see, we have the example over here. So here you can see the plan has been shown. So the doors and windows has been shown over here, the room name has been written, the wall thickness has been shown, the windows has been shown over here, and the direction for the staircase is shown over here. So this is the particularly plan. Remember, plan is the sectional top view of the building. So this is all about the plan, and this is all about the building planning. So thank you.